This seems to be not. Okay, I think, okay. Here we go. I'm looking for, I think I'm talking live now, actually, which is. George Carlin recommended you for Oprah.
The best thing is at the beginning of it, he said, "Hi, this is George Carlin. First, let me say there's nothing I can do for your career."
I opened for Lionel Richie at the Greek Theater. They say you can't look at Lionel. And I still got show adrenaline going, and I see Lionel, and he walks by. And just out of instinct, comic instinct, I just looked in his direction, and I just said, "Hello." And they said, "No, you can't talk to him. No."
I used to be devastated by a bad set, not really be able to feel good about myself until I had a good set, and in my early days that could be months. So it was just.
The night you're there, I walked around the front and there's a guy scalping tickets, and I hug him. Oh my God! Oh my God!
Lionel can't take it.
Looking forward to that.
You say, could you use someone else's name when doing my please?
Hey, it's Jim McHugh, and I'm not hearing myself through my microphone. Rock on! This is what we're doing here at the Boston Comedy Festival. I have the mic on. I just still don't hear myself. So I'm going to yell at this and hope somebody on the outside can hear me. And I can hear you. Help! I'm not going to be able to hear myself. You can hear me out there? I can hear you fine. Oh, great. If you can hear me in the world out there, then let me know. Okay, so I'm going to talk to this microphone, and I don't need these anymore. Okay, so it's the second night of the Boston Comedy Festival. As usual, I am technically not very good at this, but trying to figure it out. We got some big shows. We have Prelim 3 and Prelim 4 that is happening tonight. We got a great lineup of people that are going to be performing. So you're going to want to come out and check that out. I don't know that we have, I think the first show is already sold out. And the second show is limited seating. There might be like 16 tickets to that show. So if you want, go to BostonComedyFest.com and get a hold of us. You can go to either the winery, Boston City Winery website, or BostonComedyFest.com. All right. So I turned on the chat, and if you're on social media, you should be able to find me, and let's talk. We've got another really big show that I want to talk about tonight. We're doing a celebration of life show for Tony V, but it's a comedy celebration of life. So Tony's still alive. Artie Januario is going to be hosting. If you're on the North Shore, you know Artie Januario as the pharmacist. He's retired pharmacist now, but you see him up at Giggles all the time. And we have a lot of guests that are stopping by. I've heard some rumors about who might be here. I think the one and only Lenny Clark is planning on stopping by. Steve Bjork is stopping by. Steve Kalishman is stopping by. Frank Santarelli from we should be doing a celebration of life for him because he's out with the flu. So maybe we'll give him a little homage. Now, we also got people that sent in tape to kind of it's not tape anymore. It's digital video to kind of like say, thanks, Tony. Thanks for being Tony V. We love you. Or they're going to bust some stones. We don't know yet. But folks like Bill Burr and Gary Gulman and Lauren and Wally, and the list goes on. His son Gus will be calling in. Should be a real fun show. There's going to be a real big hang here. Lots of comedians are coming in to hang out. There will be cigar smoking, probably not on the premises, but if you see, 16 to 18 really sketchy looking people standing out in front of City Winery with cigar butts, and you think, oh, that looks like a bunch of derelicts. I've heard about this on the news. It's comedians. They look a lot like criminals. It's a criminal element, but they're very funny, and they're fairly harmless if you don't try to take their cigars away. I think you'll be fine. So that's happening tonight, and that's going to be a kind of a sleeper hit. I think we've already got a bunch of tickets sold, and I think, if you're around, stop by the City Winery. It's going to be fun. 7:30. Okay. All right. What else we got to talk about? I was just thinking about yesterday. We were talking about Nate Bargatze. Was last Saturday mentioned his intro at the TD Garden was 2008 champion of the Boston Comedy Festival. And we've had some amazing acts that have come through. I was just thinking the other day, I think in 2018, we had both Gary Gulman as Comedian of the Year, and Jennifer Coolidge was our Lifetime Achievement Award winner. And I like to think we relaunched her, but I think she was going to be launched anyway because she's so talented, so funny, so great. We had a lot of fun with her. I got stories about hanging out with her, and it just great people. That we've had 24 years of this, and if you have questions, if you have answers, if you need directions, if you would like your horoscope read, well, I'm not really qualified to do any of those things. I'm willing to do them on my chat. I actually don't even know the horoscope signs. So if you want to make up your own sign, if you think the month of October is octopus month, then I can give you 8 reasons to come to the Boston Comedy Festival. How about that? DJ Hazard used to have a funny thing about octopi, and I'm giving DJ full credit for this, but he said that their organs to procreate with are located in one of their feet, so they would walk around going boom, 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 ow. He did it better than me. And you're a very quiet audience. I know you're there, but I think you could give a little more than just staring at me and going, why? My birthday falls on Cesium this year. Cesium? Does anyone know what Cesium is? Is it like Purim? Do 2 Purims equal a Cesium? I'm not sure. What that means, but happy birthday. And is that have anything to do with the lunar eclipse? Cesium is on the chart with what is it? Zinc. Yeah. Zinc, lead, cesium. Okay. Well, you got me with the old DJ Hazard joke, and I'm glad you were here. Facebook user number 6521. I like to know that there's shut-in people that are obviously being looked for by the government right now. They're participating in this. They're like locked in. Their windows are like painted over, and they got like they're like hacking into their neighbor's Wi-Fi just so they can like come on here and find out what is going on with the Boston Comedy Festival. And there is a lot. I mean, we had last night. We had for a Monday, and Tony V was hosting, so that helped. But he made short work of the fact that when you want to go out for a comedy show, Monday night is always the night to go out. But actually, he was kind of proved wrong. He was never proved wrong comedically, but we had a sold out show, the first show, and a very full house, the second show. So, check it out, brothers and sisters. Oh yeah, one of our comedians was from Ottawa, Canada, and I have a feeling he'll be mugged before the week. You can't have those Canadians just wandering through neighborhoods in Boston. Usually, nature takes over and beats them up and takes their it's not really money, is it? Their loonies and their toonies. You can hear them begging and the sound of loonies and toonies like falling out of their pockets when they're being held upside down. And they get more of a beating, not because it's because of the frustration of realizing they don't have real money. So they get an extra beating. Okay, I'm going to read off some of the people that are moving on to the semifinals on Thursday and Friday of this week in the City Winery during the Boston Comedy Festival. We have Ian McDonald, Emmett Morrison, I think is your Canadian. Emerson, he came all the way from Ottawa. Brian McKenna, Nick Ortolano, Monica Carroll, and Maurice Smith. And if memory serves, they were on our second show, and they'll be dividing them up into Thursday and Friday night this week at the Boston Comedy Festival. Also, from our first show, we had Kathy Lynch, Big D, Carolina Montesquieu, Hattie Cuba, and I hope I didn't butcher that. Cuba, does that sound right? Cubba. Paul Henry and Andrew Breen are all moving on to the next semifinals at the Market room here at. We have 2 rooms going, by the way. Here tonight, we have the Tony V Celebration of Life, and across the and the other side of the restaurant, we have another theater set up. Or they set it up. I didn't really set it up. I would take credit for that, but I think you'd understand by seeing how I handled the beginning of this that I have no skills. If I could broadcast with just duct tape, I would be the Joe Rogan of the internet right now. But unfortunately, I have no such skills. I talk to the camera while it's on, and I'm just glad my pants were on. I'm just glad we got that much accomplished. So anyway, this poster is from year 2. So I brought that in. We got Stuttering John on there. What's he done lately? I don't know. We're not claiming. Now we do claim we launched Jennifer Coolidge. We don't claim we launched Stuttering John. So that's the way it works. Success has many fathers, and I think Stuttering John's got maybe one. I think that's how that works. But so we've come a long way. We used to have a broadband and Comedy Central sponsoring us. And if you're under 40, Comedy Central is on a thing called cable TV. So I have 40 through 48, 49 people in Rising, and my growth rate is much more of a growth rate than they have on Comedy Central right now. So I'm feeling excited about that. We got one person giving me a thumbs up. I will take that. And run. All right. So I got to figure out pretty soon. We got to go up and we got to get the videos out of the Dropbox and into the laptop of a person that knows technology, and for tonight. And we're going to have to try to figure out what the set list is, because we don't know who's walking in, because the people, the Lenny Clarks don't really confirm. They just show up. I mean, Lenny's got his own show here tomorrow night, and tickets are going pretty fast for that one. So you're going to want to come in and see Lenny here in the big room, of course, as he deserves. And again, BostonComedyFest.com. Thursday, Kevin Nealon. Friday, we start with Friday we start with J.L. Hughley, I believe. Did I get that right? Man, I hope I didn't. DL. Yeah. We could have got J.L. Hughley much cheaper. J.L.'s book was wide open, and he has no agent. He's opening for Stuttering John, is what I'm told. So J.L. Hughley not doing so good. D.L. Hughley selling out 5 shows here at the Boston Comedy Festival. So I hope if you're J.L. Hughley, I hope you don't sue me for that. We're just in a little room in the basement of the City Winery here, trying to find some love. There's Liam. How you doing, buddy? Liam Hale's in the house. He's going to be running the comedy contest. And those of you who know Liam, he's a very funny comedian, and he also runs the McHugh's Comedy Club, located in Portsmouth, New Hampshire. We got him. If you know Liam, he's 6'6", and what are you 260 pounds?
Oh, I'm like 360.
He's 360. He's 6'6" and 360. And when he left New Hampshire, the earth rose just a little bit. Just a little bit. Coastal flooding, we can blame on Liam. Yeah, so we're podcasting live here, Liam. Thanks for joining us. Now, let me pitch a couple of things here while I got you guys on. And I'm going to pitch away unapologetically. We have the All-Star Show. Oh, let me tell you who's coming on tonight before I get to the All-Star Show. Mike Kaplan. Mike Kaplan's got a big fan base. And our first show is Julie, Cameron, Tim Champa, Connor Doherty, Jesse Ferris, Doug Gurton, Joseph Katz, Michael Keenan, Joe Meadoff, Mo Musa, Angelica Secanera, Mark Anthony Singagoga. Okay, so I don't get to vote tonight, but Mark, I want you to win. I want you to come to the Berkeley Performance Center, but I don't want to have to pronounce that name before you come up. You're going to have to coach me up, buddy. So if you win tonight, you go to the semifinals, you and me are going to have a meeting, and we're going to practice saying your name because I can't do what I just did in front of 900 people. It's funny because I got a podcast. I'm worried about the 900 people in the live show, but not so much about the 60 people we love that are watching right now. 56. We got to hit 60.
Well, that's on what platform? Is that all platforms?
Oh, that's just one platform. Oh, I don't know. I don't know how that works. I don't even know how and where you can chat. I don't know if you're on YouTube, can you hit the chat button? If you're on Instagram, can you hit the chat button? Twitter. Oh, we don't have Twitter tonight.
There's 53 on Twitter right now.
Oh, okay. So on Twitter alone, we got 53. Oh, we're like climbing that. We're at 64 right now. Do I hear 65, 63, 65? Sold. Okay. Joke Joint. Wow. I love the Joke Joint in Texas. I don't think I didn't know you were still rocking Joke Joint. I want to get booked there. Bring me back. I had some of the best barbecue food. The nice comedians in Texas. I was like, I want to eat barbecue. They were like, we got the place. And it was like this place you waited on the sidewalk. There was a long line, and they had a chalkboard. And as things ran out, they'd erase them. So it built this anxiety because you're like, I want ribs. I want ribs, man. And they also came up because it was such a long line, and they had kegs, and they would just give you free beers while you waited to get in. Yeah, it's not. Unfortunately. Well, rest in peace, Joke Joint. The Joke Joint was also had a club in the Midwest, and it was awesome. Those both were both awesome clubs, and it was in an old burlesque place, and they had a picture of a painting of the burlesque woman that owned it, and had a wraparound balcony, and the owner was just a really great guy. He was a comedian himself, and whenever you get a club with a comedian himself, usually they know how to set things up and get things going. So. Sending love out to Texas. You're missing a good club. Is all I can say. All right. So I'm going to continue in the babbling department. If you want to hear, if you want to talk about what's going on at the festival or comedy or Tony V, where's my Tony V fans? If you got a Tony V story, I got to put a set together tonight. I would like to hear one. How did you first meet Tony V? Did you open for him somewhere? And did you take his class? Does he owe you money? Did he ever run into your car in a parking lot and leave it and then try to pay you off in free comedy tickets? I don't know. It's Ken. Yeah, Ken. Oh, what a good guy. Hi, Ken. I don't know where you are in the world, buddy, but I'm sending some love to you. Open a club. I need some more work. He's like, I'm not opening another comedy club. I've had it with comedians. All right. So, yeah. Where are my Tony V fans? I need some dirt on him, man. I'm going to do a 5-minute set, and I'll give away a little bit. He's watching. I don't want to give him. I didn't know how to invite him on this app, so he could be watching and gathering information on me, which isn't hard to do. You could just look at me, and that's at least 5 minutes. But I'm going to tell you this. This is what I thought about for tonight. When we were first deciding, it was very short notice, we're going to do this celebration of life comedy show for Tony V. I gave that information to our friends here at the City Winery, and someone in the chain decided to put celebration of life Tony V. No comedy show, just celebration of comedy. And I found that out at like 1 a.m, and I went into a panic. And of course, you can't get a hold of anyone at 1 a.m, so we had to wait till someone came in, which was after lunchtime here. And what I was going to say to Tony is, we put out to all of Boston and all of America, Celebration of Life, Tony V. And to give you an idea how much of a blowback that got, it was zero. It was no one. No one cared that Tony V was having a celebration of life. They were like, zero. Like, I got Jim McHugh. I got 64 people watching me on Instagram right now. Everyone loves Tony, but they don't want to come to a celebration of life on Tuesday. It's like, do it on Saturday, do it on Sunday, But I think we're gonna have a full house. We have a lot of people calling in and trying to get free tickets, which isn't hard to do, because if you're a comedian, you're welcome. We're welcoming all comedians. If you know Tony, if you're a radio guy, if you had a cigar with him, his cigar smoking population for Tony V is legion. It's legion. Here's another little tidbit about Tony. I smoke cigars almost exclusively when I'm with Tony V. And I don't know anything about cigars. I just know that his cigars are good. When I buy cigars, I give them to Tony because I feel like he's always giving me cigars. You know what I mean? Like cigar guys, like someone are moochy. Like when you got to give, someone gives you a cigar, you got to give him a cigar. But I don't really know. I asked the guy at the counter what's a good cigar, and I'm at his mercy. He's probably giving me the ones that are about to go moldy. I don't know. But I give him to Tony. He's very nice about it. But my theory is he saves the Jim McHugh cigars for when someone tries to mooch a cigar that he doesn't really like. Then he gives them the Jim McHugh cigar. It's like, here, choke on this stanky weed right here that McHugh gave me. And I don't think he goes into his good stuff, but he gives me the good stuff. Now, I don't smoke. I don't smoke anything. So I got like these bubblegum pink lungs. And when I smoke, I get high. I get a buzz. And I can tell his cigars are better than mine, because I don't know if you ever heard of this, like Civil War veterans sometimes will lose a leg or an arm, and they claim they can feel it later. And when I smoke Tony V cigars, my hair follicles tingle. My hair follicles tingle, and I can feel the hair I haven't had in years. And that's why I love cigar smoking. I feel like a man with a full head of hair. That's what I'm bringing tonight, ladies and gentlemen. And we've already proven it with almost 3 people in the audience here. So I'm not sure if that makes up 4% of my viewing population right now, but it might. True. And we're like so close to 70 right now. Yeah. All right. I feel like I should do like a telethon where I just keep drinking water and I won't get up to go in the bathroom until we get to 1,000. I'll just be dancing and wiggling like, yeah, please, we're at 998. If we get 2 more, I can go to the bathroom and you can watch.
Yeah, I just put a blast out on my Instagram. So Laura Sims is following.
Laura Sims is following. Extina.
Lloyd Legacy. I think you know Lloyd.
Oh yeah, I know Lloyd. Lloyd, send us a chat, brother. Where are you tonight?
He's the nicest guy.
Oh, he's great. These are all great. I mean, I'll tell you one thing.
He's almost too nice.
Last night we had, I'm going to say, we had 30 plus comedians in the house. And one of the best things and the most underrated things about the Boston Comedy Festival is the hang. We got some pizza. We're going to get some pizza to put out tonight. If you're a comedian, we're going to, we can't afford to give you the prime rib, but we can get you a slice of pizza. And everybody hanging out, and like it's reconnecting with people. And sharing war stories, and you meet somebody here, and you might say, hey, how do I get booked at McHugh's in Portsmouth? And they'll say, you don't want to work for Jim McHugh, and that saves you a lot of time. That right there is going to save you a lot of time. Some people work the diner circuit and they're good at it. Some people just can't rise to that level. They get to like food truck level, and they never really break into the diner truck, diner thing. So that would have been funny if I didn't say diner truck. Okay. This is a lot like talking to yourself, which is something I do quite a bit. But I very rarely have 67 people watching me until I drive into something. And then they're not audience, they're called witnesses. And they never have my side. They never have my back, unfortunately. All right. You're going to force me to pitch another show. And that's what I'm going to do right now. I want to we have a I'm going to, you got to let me scroll a bit here. This is a sleeper show. Something you guys have never heard of. We got a podcast happening here at noontime. It's called Fight Stories. It's with Tyler Morrison and John Moses. These are great comedians from New York. And they're coming up here, and they're going to get guys. If I heard correctly, they're going to get hockey players, actual hockey players, that tell you about fights they've had on the ice. So if you're like an NHL fan, or if you just don't just fight on like Black Friday at Walmart, if you're like a serious fight person, and I may have those backwards, by the way, because I've seen people lose teeth trying to get in and get something that's marked off $3. I think the hockey players are the higher intellect there. Where I don't think you find hockey players on Good Friday. Although you could hire them if you want to get a widescreen TV. A lot of those guys that they're not playing anymore, they'll throw down to get a widescreen TV. But I don't trust them to get it out without dropping it. So it's a trade-off.
Lyndon Byers was on the WAAF job for 20 years after the biggest boom in Bruins history. I bet he's on that show, Lyndon Byers.
Yeah, he's talking about Lyndon Byers was on WAAF. Yeah, I played pool with him once. They had a comic show when they had the alleyway and the transportation thing, and he was a really good guy. I was playing my partner. We were playing partners, and rest his soul, Pete Cummins, a comedian, but he was also on the Yale boxing team. And I thought they were trying to kind of what do they call it? Well, they're just like trash. They're trash talking each other. And I went, Pete, I love you, buddy, but I know you think you're a boxer, but you're a boxer for Yale. Like he's Lyndon Bias, like he fights for parking spots, I'm sure. And has a pretty good record of winning. Where your corner man when boxing was probably a pretty good lawyer. So like, I think like your boxing corner man was probably more dangerous long term. The chance of us surviving at a pool table with Lyndon Bias, because I'd get hit by accident. That's what I do. I step there and somebody just cracks me over the skull, and I wake up and I go, "What happened?" So that's how I handle it. I'm 6'6" and I'm 240 pounds, but I'm old. So now I'm too old to run or fight. So that's when you go, maybe handguns are a good idea. Because I want to live. Oh, I can't see. Where's the chat on Twitter? Let me see if I can find it. Are they chatting about what I'm talking about?
Yeah, Anthony is asking, Anthony from Open Mic Pain is asking, how much do you have to invest to have a hockey player beat the shit out of Jock?
How much do you have to invest to have someone pay? I think, a short stack of pancakes, I would think. And if they throw in some Link sausages with some maple syrup. If you give them boysenberry, you're asking for your own beating, though. You gotta know where the lines are with these hockey players. You can't just. Wow. Oh, this is a shame. I can't see this. Let me see if I can. Oh, here we go. Now, how come I can't see the chats on my Twitter?
Oh, wait, I'm sorry, I lied. Instagram.
Instagram. Oh, okay. Now. I will pitch in a short stack of. If you're a hockey player and you're out there, I will buy the short stack of pancakes if you throw Jock a beating after that one. After I surfed around to no avail here. Oh my gosh. Wow. All right. So let's see what's happening on Instagram. How do I find? Can one of you guys help me? How do I find the chat on here? I wonder how they find their way into my chat room here on the live stream. Oh, okay. Wow. Well, you know what's sad about this is I actually look better on Instagram, and that's not good. You know what I mean? What's up, Big Mac? All right, this is cool. Can you? Is there a way to scroll that, or I'm just not? It's not working, right? Oh, I went to the end. Oh, you have a lot of chat here. Usually, I like to see the comments when I do a show or I put a YouTube up. I like to read the comments right before I go to bed because I find that weeping just makes me tired, and then I get a good night's sleep. So if a lot of people say don't watch the comments. If you can't sleep, watch your comments. There will be some crying and sobbing. You might blow your nose into your pillow sheet, but what a sleep you get after that. You just feel like you've been emptied out. It's a spiritual thing that I do. All right. Well, hello, Instagram. I don't really know how to find you. I have something here, but I don't. So we're getting more people than I actually thought. I'm getting 69 people, but we don't know from where. They could be from YouTube. All right. So if you can chat with me, send a flare up and tell me where am I getting my chat from? You know, I have one on YouTube. Is that right? You know, my whole secret plan here was to get my watch hours up on YouTube. Yeah. Okay. All right. Well, you know what? I got to go upstairs at 6:00, and we got to set up for our first show at 7:30. So people are going to be coming in. So I want to thank you. Go to BostonComedyFest.com. Thank you for everybody who watched. Go watch this on YouTube. It's actually I have a horrible start on YouTube where I'm just looking like an idiot at the camera, going, "Is this on?" So that'll be a good source if you want to send something really insulting to me. That'll be the way. Tomorrow at 5, we're going to try to do it again, 4:35, and it all depends on what craziness we got going on here. So thank you, and have a great night.